Hello and welcome to another episode of The More Minute. Today I'm talking to you about how CSMs or customer success managers can be used to create infectious growth in your customers. So, beyond the traditional roles of a customer success manager, which of course include reducing churn, increasing retention, really being able to grow existing customers is key and a real hallmark of the value that CSMs bring in the as-a-service economy. But outside of upselling and cross-selling the existing customer, specifically, normally this is one department of a customer that may use your software heavily, and often we rely on growth just from that one segment. Being able to spread and really have that infectious high transmission rate of your product and the value that your service brings is really key to not only growing as a SaaS business, but also to expanding and further ingratiating yourself across your customers' organizations and not relying on one department. So today I'm going to tell you about 3 ways customer success managers can help build infectious growth of your product or service. Number 1 is plan for it. Being able to create success plans or growth plans outlines how that CSM is planning to grow your customer in multiple different ways, using which tools, strategies, and of course, timelines. I have learned so much from being able to really perfect and hone deeply the ability to write a success plan for how I plan to grow my customer. This also allows me to not only focus on that one existing segment or maybe just adding workloads, which can sometimes strain that one relationship, but instead spread the relationship and spread the value that my service or product is bringing to other departments and being able to really show value to that entire organization in multiple different ways, which also helps really secure your customers' belief systems and real emotional value that they have towards the product and the service. 2 is to leverage your existing customer set or your existing department and actually use that as a way to do a warm introduction to other departments. Now we know that warm introductions with someone that this person already knows and trusts, and just being 1 or 2 degrees of separation away is always better than a complete stranger doing a cold introduction to that department. This is also a way for customer success managers to get their existing user base to act as almost an internal reference where they can help spread that growth because that customer or that specific department trusts and already has an existing relationship with the person referring them to your product or your service. And finally, embed your product or service into the fiber of the organization. I've done other videos on this, but it's so powerful to reiterate how when you have an existing process or existing ritual that a company already does, and being able to weave in your product or service into that, it definitely makes it more applicable to the customer to understand the real true value, because they can see a before and after based on something that they already were doing. This also is a great way because it's a built-in use case. Instead of going to have to try to find a new use case or a new workload somewhere else that's not tested, being able to have one that already has organizational, behavioral ties, buy-in, and reliability is a great way to show the value of your product even faster. So, driving intra-departmental growth is a great way for as-a-service businesses to grow their revenue, further ingratiate themselves with their customers, and ultimately is a great post-sales revenue growth tool that does not rely on needing to cross-sell or upsell an existing specific set or department that could potentially strain that relationship and really could potentially weaken the relationship if we rely too much on one single department that uses our product or our service. Now, I hope that this was helpful to you. I definitely encourage you to go to my YouTube channel and check out the other videos that I have about CSMs and how they can be successful in this new as-a-service model. And be sure to tune in next month for my next episode of the More Minute.